Yeah. This is Offering Something, and I am your host, Michael Bernier. Always feeling so good to be alive. Yeah. You know this. I love you for tuning into the show. If you're watching on YouTube, lean on that subscribe button for me. I love you for this. You know it already. If you're the streaming television type, you can check the show on Amazon TV, Apple TV, Roku, Distro, all that on the Plymouth Rock TV channel. Yeah, I got a lot of love for our sponsors at Riverwalk Brewing Company. Enjoy your life brand and the Higher Education, Music, and Arts Festival. Oh, yes. We have an exceptional episode in store for you today with a guest who is a visionary, an entrepreneur, a business strategist, a creative mind, a brand developer, an out-of-the-box thinker, a community individual, an ultra-driven human, and my friend, Robert Bentley. How are you today, brother?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's well.
Feel
wonderful.
comfortable?
Yeah, we live in Newburyport. What can't you love?
It's a good life that we have, that's for sure. Let's dig into it. What's your place of birth? Where did you come out of the belly and into the world?
Down just before the Cape, Buzzards Bay area. I'm coming at you from out of Marion, Massachusetts.
Marion?
Yes.
I don't know that I've ever heard that.
Home of Tabor Academy. Is a school there that a lot of people know, near Mattapoisett, Wareham.
These things
right on
I know.
Buzzards Bay.
Yep. Right on. You have parents, you have brothers, you have sisters.
Yeah, I have a sister lives out in New York, and that's the only sibling I have.
Yeah.
Parents outside the area too. It's I just kind of dropped out of the sky and picked Newburyport as a place to raise my children and love it here.
Right on. So now let's get back to Buzzards Bay. You grow up there. Mm-hmm. You spend your childhood there.
Yes.
At what point in your life do you start to think, I'm on this entrepreneurial tip. I'm gonna run my own operation? When does that come into your head?
Grade school. I had several small businesses.
Let's hear it. What?
All right. Well, first was a candy business. So I would I'd purchase those. You know, if you remember the little Mike and Ike's or the Atomic Fireballs,
hot tamales,
hot tamales,
man.
So those were only 10 cents at the store, but they were 25 cents at the school.
Ooh.
And I was the monopoly holder on that. So, and then I got my price down on that 10 cents because I started buying by the case. Got it down to 8 cents.
And the school was all right with this?
Not really, but
you were kind of hustling candy.
They took my rubber
side.
band gun away and told me I couldn't, protect my inventory the way I was.
Wow, that's how you were holding it down?
Yes.
Don't touch my Red Hots, player.
Back off the tamales, yeah.
So, were your parents entrepreneurs? Was there someone around you that gave you this vibe of that's why I want to go in this direction?
No, I just kind of always knew that you should kind of pave your own way. I just was brought up mostly from, not my parents, but like uncles and grandfather and granduncle, just all kinds of business people I was always around. I'm Robert Bentley. We founded Bentley's College, so it's a business school. So we've always kind of been business driven. So I've just always been surrounded by people that were always doing something other than showing up just punching the clock at corporate.
Yeah, feeling like everything is possible kind of people.
Yeah.
Right on. So where did you actually go to college?
I didn't go to college. I went to the Marine Corps. So I needed to serve, and I needed to get out there and see the world. And I just decided to jump in. Every single person in my family, men before me, had served in the military, so I immediately saw that as a starting point after high school for myself.
Did you learn anything in this process, Robert?
Yeah, I learned how to duck from bullets.
Okay, that's good.
To be very, very quiet when people are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
So other than that, no, I got to see the world, and I learned a lot in a different perspective of being able to go to all these different countries I would have never, ever been able to do as, a college student or somebody that wasn't in the military.
Also taking away from it some sort of life skills, and those experiences, do they apply to are they a part of the individual that you are today and the way that you operate in the world?
Absolutely. I always attribute my competitive nature. In business, it's a live competition every day, and I always say, well, doing what I do now, nobody's shooting at you. It's not that hard. What are you complaining about? This is easy stuff. But business requires competition. That's what drives America, and that's what makes us an amazing place to live here in Newburyport. Is we all compete on a daily basis to get things done.
So let's make this clear. Right now, currently, you are the owner of Bentley Real Estate?
Yes, Bentley's Real Estate.
Bentley's Real Estate.
Correct.
Right, and that is located headquarters in Newburyport, Massachusetts. And I understand there's also a second location now. Is that?
Yeah. So our team's grown. We're about 65 people now. So
look at this.
We needed to keep the office that we started with to kind of fill it with our support team and have different meeting rooms and processing. All the things that
Where's
we process.
the original office?
2A Winter Street in Newburyport.
Oh, it's on the corner with all the wind. Yes. It looks really good. Yep.
Yeah. So I picked that spot because it was very visible. Obviously, It was a good to kind of kick it off.
Right when you come into town, the first thing you see is Bentley, baby, without the baby.
Yeah. But yes, you do see the apostrophe S with the Bentley.
Yeah.
So that office we kept as basically a support office. And then the other office we opened was really just an amazing opportunity. I mean, unfortunately for the toy store that was there, just COVID, they couldn't figure out how to adapt and be able to have 50 kids walking through, touching all the
challenging,
toys.
Yeah.
So they had their challenges, and they decided to kind of move their business to more of an online platform.
Yeah.
So they're still out there, and it's still a great business. But when they called me to sell the place, the real estate, I immediately my gut reaction was, I'm the buyer. I got to buy this right now and right here. So I just said, stop talking. I'm going to change roles. I'm not going to represent you to sell. I want to buy this. Yeah. And so the owner and I worked out a deal.
Yeah, man. And that's right in Market Square.
It's right smack dab in the middle of everything.
Smack dab.
Yeah, that's a good phrase. I like smack dab. But, location. That's what real estate's all about. And it's a perfect location for us.
Indeed it is. So when did you actually open the first location there at 2A Winter Street?
We actually started our business on Cinco de Mayo 2016. Not by design. It just kind of came to a headway with the company I was working with. There was just no more negotiations to be had. And when myself and my team, we had 10 people, we all just sat in a room and looked at each other and said, where are we going to go? And we all realized quickly there was no place to go. And then we realized again, even more quickly, that who can support us better than us? So we just decided to start our own business.
I love it.
Be done with looking around at other businesses.
Run the show. So on that Cinco de Mayo celebration, did you actually have some tequila drinks? Was there any of that? Did that get involved?
Yeah, I had 8 margaritas that night.
Yeah.
When we pulled the trigger on, leaving the company we'd been at and just saying we're doing it. We went out and had a few cocktails for sure.
I love it. I love every part of that story there. Yes.
And now we have that every year as we do a celebration on Cinco de Mayo as a company. So.
It's incredible. You sometimes put on some sort of a sombrero.
Yeah, we have a full mariachi band, and occasionally a donkey shows up. I don't
know. So let's say over the course of that first 6 months when you open the agency, that's the proper terminology, right?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
So you open the agency, in that first 6 months, what are the most critical things that you learned? You're like, ooh, that I didn't expect, and this we're going to do now differently.
Right. Well, I mean, I sort of expected the level of competition to get elevated where, everybody wanted to shoot down, what were, the new thing, because we were coming out, guns blazing.
So you were feeling some shade thrown in your direction, some negative vibes.
Very much so. But, we felt that we had to really prove ourselves. So we just, we learned that our risk tolerance had to be kind of broken, and we couldn't look at the game board like we've had before. We just had to put away all the fear and just drive ahead forward. And number one, start spending some money. And number two, just kind of elevating our own game so we could get over the wall there.
In the sense of like your marketing, taking different approaches that might not have been traditional to the city. Like this, is this what we're talking about?
I mean, it's not necessarily different, but it was just more aggressive and more controlled and just very heavy on controlling our brand. Yeah. Because brand is everything. Yeah. And so I have a brand manager. I have somebody that their 24/7 job is to manage our brand. Yep. They look at every single thing that's happening with every single person that works there.
Must be consistent.
Everything has to flow through him.
Brand identity.
Exactly. Yeah. So we learned that very quickly, that if we were going to build a brand, that we had to protect it and arm ourselves to the teeth around our brand.
On this topic here, who's the designer that came up with the actual logo sign that is everything Bentley?
Yeah, so originally I came up with the idea for just putting the apostrophe S on the end of Bentley's. If you know real estate companies, there's Sotheby's, there's Christie's. And so naturally having a name that could be branded to begin with, it was a quick jump to look at these other big brands, whereas I have the background with the family founding a college. Bentley, so Bentley business, and it automatically kind of says luxury, and that's what Newburyport's about, is luxury lifestyle.
So you knew that was
property.
A good move.
So Bentley's. It's just a good combination. Kind of just lean right into just putting the apostrophe S as a branding tool, and then the colors. We basically kind of married up to what we had done with Newburyport.com with the orange and blue to kind of work on connecting those brands. And nobody, it was hard to pick colors because there's, so many different real estate companies that have so many brand identifier colors that we had to come up, what are we going to use? So that orange and blue, coastal kind of flair of orange and blue, the tones, was what we came up with. And basically we just had a brainstorm session. I surrounded myself with other business people, other people that were successful, own their own businesses, had other licenses, attorneys.
You were like, hey,
CPAs.
y'all, let's get together, talk about some colors, the name of my business. I'll get you some beers. Let's do this.
Pretty much, yeah. So we just kind of broke out, and my partner, being an attorney, she just set up the corporation, the brokerage, the agency, and did all the kind of the legal aspects and putting that together. And another little cohort of our team kind of subsected and started working on the branding and how our signage how our signage would look and feel and how we could make it consistent. We came up with the experience elevated phrase and statement.
I want to know who exactly came up with that. Is that you?
I did, but we were kind of brainstorming, and we kept throwing words around as you do in brainstorming. And I threw out that experience elevated, and everybody was like, "Yeah, that's
there. It is."
Yeah,
right on.
And we just landed on it.
Bentley's real estate experience elevated.
Correct.
I said it all.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, the orange and blue.
Yeah,
good colors. I really respect all the brand consistency. It creates a whole other level of credibility in what you have going on. I like it.
I call it a force multiplier. So basically, when you have a brand, you're invoking your force of your brand on the marketplace. So how forceful it is very important. So the consistency is the flame that lights that fire of the forcefulness. So consistent. You have to manage your consistency of your brand just at the highest level with just
everything.
Your name's on the line every day. If one little thing goes or somebody tries to use orange and blue for something, we're all over them.
Yep. This is great. I love you for that. That's how it should be. So let's ask this question here. Is it mainly residential stuff? Let's talk about the actual sales of properties. Mostly residential.
Of course, yeah.
80% in Newburyport?
80% residential versus commercial?
No, I mean 80% of your sales overall, are they right here in Newburyport?
There's a lot of sales, mainly Newburyport. Plum Island obviously is split between Newbury.
Okay, I'll loop that in,
And then we have the surrounding marketplace, which is Greater Newburyport, which is 6 towns. So you have all what I call the berries, Salisbury, Amesbury, Newbury, West Newbury, and Newburyport. But, you get further out, you have Merrimack.
And you're expanding to those areas, so you're surrounding the Greater Newburyport area.
Yeah, Greater Newburyport is where we actually, we dominate that entire market. We've been #1 in that market since 2019 after starting in 2016.
A beautiful thing is how you can say that so calmly and confidently. It's wonderful that you've put in the work to elevate your company to that position. Thank you. Nice job, man. Yeah. So as a result of your experiences and what you've gone through thus far here in Newburyport, in the Greater Newburyport area, knowing your character, I assume that maybe already in the works or in the near future is Bentley's real estate in Portsmouth, Bentley's real estate in Portland, Bentley's real estate in Martha's Vineyard. Are these things on your mind?
See, most people would think that, but
yes.
But what we're doing is actually going deeper, not wider.
Okay.
So
I like
we
this too.
basically have our strategy is to really not just dominate the market, but to basically own the market. So you can get into a great position, but then once you start spreading out and looking here and looking there,
dropping the ball on this thing,
you kind of lose your focus and on the vision that you started with. So we're not focusing on any of those towns. We're basically, the only expansion that we would do is just based off of the normality of expansion that is
the
necessary.
Epicenter,
But we're not forcing ourselves to expand. We're just allowing it to happen as a natural event.
Let's go back to people throwing shade at you.
Okay.
What are they upset about? Like, what's really the problem?
Well, one of the things you just said a moment ago is, I put the work in. We get up every day and we roll up our sleeves and we protect our brand and we fight for every deal and fight for every client. And a lot of people are just not willing to put in that time and that effort and that work. And instead, it's easier to tear somebody down sometimes than it is to build yourself up.
I can see this. Yeah. So watching somebody else take these steps, instead of being like, dude, what is he doing? That's not cool. You could be like, wow, I got to put in some work here because he's actually setting the tone right now.
Yeah.
Not doing anything wrong, putting in that work.
Right. And that's why we consistently continue to surround ourselves and our team and anybody that joins our team with folks that are like-minded.
Let's say this. So on the other side of that, there are a lot of people that are inspired by your success that are like, dude, that's the place I want to work at. This guy gets it. This is like modern. He's doing all the right things. I want to work there. Wow, what a scene he's created. What a life he has. This is wonderful. On your end, of course, so now you're saying staffing is not a problem. People are coming to you. That's a non-issue for you. On this, how people look at you, because you obviously are aware of what goes on in the community of Newburyport. People are like, man, that guy is crushing it. He must be a bazillionaire. What a life he has. Look at them. Do you actually work?
Oh, yeah. So that's the biggest differentiating factor about Bentley's versus other franchise systems or other independent real estate firms is that myself and my partner are both performing agents. So we're out there selling real estate.
Hold on, do we get to mention your partner's name?
Yeah, of course. Alyssa Christie.
Okay.
And I picked her to run operations because she has a completely different perspective and brain than I have. She's an attorney. I'm more of a marketing advertising guy. Yeah. So together we're able to build the vision that I had years ago of a company that really I wish existed when I started is that, something that really is just all about supporting the agents and not about, money going up to somebody who doesn't sell houses or some brand that is national that, you're more focused on.
Like, what am I really a part of here?
Yeah, it's just too big. It's like everybody says, oh, I want to be part of something bigger than myself. Really, they don't. They want to be part of something that makes themselves bigger.
That's the guy that owns this place, and he works here too. Then
Right.
you're actually a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually in the trenches every day, all day, selling.
So you
just
go
like they
show,
are.
you do showings. This is the proper terminology, also,
It
right?
is, yes.
So you're out there showing houses. You
I
know all
am.
the things. This is a Victorian. It has this
I'm not
era,
as technical
whatever.
as that, but
Yeah. Sure. Look at this tub. Oh golly, the floors are heated. All the things.
yeah. So I'm doing all that. I've sold to date 761 homes in the area. So
That's you.
just me, just couple of houses.
That's unbelievable. How many houses are there here in Newburyport on the average at one time that are for sale?
Well, it used to be as high as 140, 150. All different types of styles. Single family condos, everything included. Now we're dealing with inventory that's very, very low. So you could see 40 to 60 houses on the market. So it's a completely different in
Why
selling.
is that? Because
people like it
everyone's
here. They don't
buying
want to go
everything
anywhere.
here.
And it's in the selling part's a little easy, and the buying part's harder because it's more of a seller's market, especially in a community like this. So people get nervous. Yeah, I can sell my house for X number of dollars, but what do I get in return? What am I going to be able to buy?
Yeah. Is there at any point throughout the process since this started? What was the year again? When you
2016.
In May 5, 2016.
Yeah, we just had our 5th year, so it was Cinco.
Incredible. So, since then, was there ever a point where you were like, bad decision?
Of course,
this
there
is
always is.
not gonna work. Bottom is falling out. We are about to drown in the Merrimack River, float out into the ocean.
Yeah, everybody who started a new business has felt that way, probably on a daily basis. So, I think this is probably. I mean, after 5 years, this is probably the first year that I haven't had that thought once. So it's a nice feeling. It's kind of almost boring to us, not to say that the business is boring.
This is working?
Yeah. So it's not only working, but the numbers are so lopsided at this point that it's that's why we're going deeper, not wider.
Yeah, that's so good, dude. I love you. And you have a family.
I do.
Around you.
Yes.
A wife.
I do. That's kind of the start of the family.
Okay, so the wife created the children.
Yeah, well,
and you have children. Yeah, you're involved here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey. And how many kids do you have?
Just 4.
You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
What's your wife's name?
Laura.
She's very nice. I see her around.
Yeah.
She's often filming things.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have 4 children.
I do.
And where are they? What are they? Boys, girls?
The oldest is my son, Ryan. He's in the Coast Guard, so I call it off payroll. So he's self-supporting himself.
See you later, buddy.
Which is nice. He doesn't call for money or anything. So very happy for him. He's enjoying life. And then we have younger children with the girls. We have 3 daughters, 1 in 8th, and we have twins that are in the 7th grade now.
So you a family man? Like you're like, yeah, I just want to hang out with my kids and my wife. Is that your vibe?
Yeah, well, it's more of a family man that it kind of drives you to do better and to get out there and hustle more.
Provide.
And to make sure that their childhood's the best that it could possibly be and they have everything they need. So, yeah, I could,
You love your kids?
Absolutely.
Kids love you?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah. I like that. Can I give you a gift?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a gift.
I
Yeah.
like gifts.
All right, gifts are
Can
coming.
I give you one too?
Possibly. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, look at this. It's in a box and everything. Okay.
Yeah, it's in a box that's already opened.
All right.
I
Wow. Like
want it all to come out one at a time. Don't be afraid. I think you should slide it back out over here.
All right.
I'm coaching like a teacher here. There we
you
go. Now you open it.
Situation
Let's see.
All right. Let me put my beer
one
over
at
here.
a time.
One
Make
at a time.
me feel good, Robbie.
Let's start with this.
Do people call you Robbie? What do they call you in the house?
People call me Robert.
Robert.
Yeah,
And
my
you say didn't like that.
grandmother called me
like,
Bobby once when I was a little kid, and I corrected her, so it kind
I
of
just
stuck.
felt it. You were like, nope, don't do that again.
That's not my name. Well, this is a shirt I'll wear. That's for sure.
Right? It's like the same color as what you have on.
This is like the Newburyport.com colors right here. Coastal blue.
Look
and it's
at
got
you.
the enjoy your life on there.
Yeah.
This is all good.
I knew that was your vibe right there.
I don't know about this one.
No, that's for your lady. That's for your lady.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a woman's cut. That's not. That's not
this
you.
isn't getting on me.
That's for your leg, buddy.
I put that on. I'm gonna break it. What we got here?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
you know,
I did assume that was for you. This one here. So
Okay.
I don't know. Is that all right?
All right. If we're going jogging together, I'm gonna wear this. So.
Are we gonna do that?
I mean, I won't get very far, but
that's fine.
I'll jog from here to downtown where we can get some lunch or something.
There we go. We'll start with that, and then we'll add 2 steps the next day.
We got some flops for flips.
Hey, somehow I ended up with all types of flip flops.
Are these like beach noom trucks? I don't know.
I don't know. I was like, I got all these flip flops for some reason. I'm gonna start giving them to people.
Okay.
I was like, he's probably a size 13.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know. That's all.
Oh, we got a hat.
A hat from
Newburyport Market, Water Street. Look at that.
You know Fish?
Yeah, of course. They're awesome.
Yeah, Fred. I love Fred. Look at that.
I don't normally wear hats, but I'll wear the Fish
Look
hat.
at this. Oyster Fest was incredible.
We got some stickers.
There's stickers involved. Yep. What else? Is that it? Is that all I'm giving you?
No,
I'm giving you my music.
Oh, there we go.
I love that move.
That's a good picture.
You know this.
That's a good shot.
You like that?
Yeah, you look like
no one's ever said that, and then in like the last 5 days, 3 people have said it to me.
That's a good shot.
I'm like, in the current market, that's a good picture.
Okay, we got a keychain.
Keychain. Enjoy your life, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a little bit large, but I can see you doing it.
Okay.
I want to set it up so whenever anybody buys a home through Bentley, that they also get an Enjoy Your Life keychain with the key. He's like, absolutely not. It's not in line with the branding.
I don't think it would get past the brand.
I know it wouldn't.
All right, there we got the beer.
Nice.
Got some more beer just in case you need it. You can't have just one of these. You gotta have at least 2.
It's perfect for 2 because it's so light. The
and
Enjoy Your Life
people.
Session
These are
IPA.
2 for yourself. You gotta have 2 yourself, right?
Yeah. You need 4 if Lauren's getting involved.
All right. Well, quite a haul here. I think my favorite is this shirt right here. I like this.
Yeah, I think you'll wear that.
I like the stretchiness.
Yeah. You don't golf, but it's a golf shirt.
You're right.
Yeah.
I wear golf apparel, but
I know.
I can't golf because I'm too competitive. I know I'm breaking stuff.
Let's move into like maybe the human that you are.
Okay.
Do you like to travel? Are there
I love to
locations you love to go to?
Yeah.
Where? Let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, I like palm trees, so just anything with palm trees, it makes me, I just feel so much better when I'm around palm trees and the beach and the smell of the ocean, the waves.
Better how? Like Robert, calmer?
Yeah, it's just I know I'm away from my work. I know, like, because if you're in Newburyport, if I'm here, I'm working.
No palm trees.
Right, and there's no palm trees.
Yeah.
So just seeing the palm trees, getting your feet in the sand, and I like to swim, so I like to just get in the ocean.
Swim in the ocean.
I love getting in the ocean and just I'm not going to go swimming up and back and forth, but I'm going to float around, and I'm going to be in there for about an hour or 2.
Is there like goggles and a snorkel involved, or just in there?
I'm not the guy with a hat and a drink either. I just like being in the water, so I'm just kind of like a manatee. I'm just in there soaking it up.
Sunblock?
Yeah, of course you got to put some sunblock on. Yeah, I don't need a sunburn.
So what are some of the #1 locations? What are we talking about here? We're in Florida. We're in St. Croix. We're in St. John. Where are we?
Yeah, so I think my wife and I have been to Bermuda every year for I don't know how many years, 12 years. I love it there just because it's such a quick flight, and you can pop right over there in 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's direct flight. Boom, you're there. The Caymans are nice. I mean, it's beautiful there. All the islands are nice. I mean, I like to go to go to Hawaii. I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
It's a long trip, but once you get there,
buddy,
you just feel like you're somewhere else.
Because the landscape, the mountains, just like with all the grass and trees, it's different.
Yeah, it's just once you get somewhere that's far away from your home and you've had to travel, so you're mentally connected to how far you are. It's just you just feel like a different person. So I love travel.
How about music? What's our music situation, Robert?
I don't know. I'm all over the board. I mean, I'm not a particular genre of music. I just let it fly, and whatever people are doing, or I just let the radio do,
You don't like go out buy a CD. When was the last time you purchased a download for an entire album or however it works?
I would never do that. Yeah.
I would never do that. How do you listen? Is there a CD player in your car? I don't think so.
I have an XM radio in my car, so you got all these channels. And
Does Howard Stern exist on that?
I think you probably have to pay extra for that kind of action, but
not ready for this.
Yeah, I'm not. Howard's great, but I wouldn't spend hours upon hours. I don't spend hours upon hours doing anything but doing business.
So you're busy, busy, lot going on. Do you have to maintain your health in some way? Do you consider I got to take care of myself because I'm not sleeping that much and I need to be better on this side to allow for this thing? Do you care about your health, or is it on your head?
Absolutely. You got to care about your health. That's the first thing you can protect in life is how you feel. If you don't feel good, then obviously everything else fails. So yeah, I always think about that. You got to watch your, diet here and there, or cleanse yourself sometimes. Do some fasting. Or whatever you got to do to just make yourself shake it up.
So do you sweat often?
Well,
it's funny. It's a funny question, but it's very real. Do you sweat often?
Yeah, no, I do some exercising and you get some sweat going on. But in real estate, it's kind of, you're running up and down stairs. You're going from house to house. You're
not
places.
Sitting there at your desk doing nothing.
Yeah.
You do that at the end of the day after you already put in 10 hours on your feet going from here to there and everywhere.
Yeah, so you spend a lot of time on your feet, and houses have stairs. So, I got to go up 3 flights of stairs, turning on all the lights, making sure everything's perfect, then showing the house, going up and down the stairs, and then you got to go back up the stairs again to turn off all the lights and lock down the house and go on to the next house. So,
do you give me some tricks here? All right. I come into a house. You have already put a little bit of vanilla extract in the oven and turn the oven on.
I'm a fresh air guy. If there's like a stale feeling in the house, or I just open up some windows. When you start coating it with all these funky
it's
flavors,
like spraying
people
Lysol over a bad bathroom scene.
Why does this smell like vanilla? It's not natural.
Okay, so you open the windows. That's
get
your
some fresh
jam.
air in there.
Yep. No other tricks. You're not trying to trick people.
No, so the biggest thing in real estate that I really discovered right out of the gate is that people want what they expect is reality. So they don't want to be tricked. They don't want to have flavors and extras and pictures that look like this, but when you get there, it's totally opposite. Yeah. So I try to deliver reality. Because if they're not going to...
Keep it real.
Yeah, that's an easy way to say it, but it's just people don't want to come into an environment where they immediately feel like you're tricking them, because it's a sales environment. So I'm trying to sell you something that could be $1 million, $2 million, and if I'm perceived or they feel like,
this guy's a little
what are
bit
they hiding?
suspect.
They got this funky smell, and and he's saying this, he's saying that. So you just present things as they are.
I like that. That's the answer that I would hope to receive from you.
Yeah. Well, you got it.
No vanilla extract.
No.
Those YouTube videos are not real. Those are hustlers. If the house smells like vanilla, it's a no purchase situation.
I would pass on that. Unless you're Vanilla Ice, I guess.
You might like this. So with all of this work, I know that what you're saying is at any moment that you have free time, it's ultimately you're just working more towards building your quote-unquote empire. And at the end of your free time, if there's free time, that would only be the time where you need to get a little bit of sleep.
Yeah, you rest, or get in some exercise, or, get out there and walk my dog, or, spend time with the kids throwing the ball, doing something that just takes your mind off of everything that is business. Just kind of focus back on the family and yourself and kind of turn it inward.
With this turning it inward scenario in mind, is there actually a goal that I get to this point, I accomplish this status financially, and I am ready to step out of the world of business completely and enjoy my life knowing that my children are going to be all set up and I am all set up? Or do you feel that there's no goal in this way, that you would continue to work because that's your character and that's your makeup?
Yeah, it is my character and makeup, but it doesn't really end with, getting your kids out of the house and going to college and them having their own job. I have 3 daughters. There's going to be 3 weddings, hopefully, we'll see, where I'm obviously going to be the one.
I'm talking
paying
about
for
their
that.
setup. So they've at least have 10 million each.
Oh, God
as
bless.
they carry on.
No, okay.
You're like, here you go. You all have 10 million. Me and Mom have 150 million.
Okay.
And like, if you were to acquire this type of wealth, would you stop working?
Probably not. I'm a very competitive person, so I would probably then focus on the things that would mean that I'm not making money, but the people who were loyal to me and that I surrounded myself, that I would be helping them make money.
I see. Okay. So this is actually my next question was, do you care about other people? Do you do anything to give back to others, whether it's in the public eye or not in the public eye?
Yeah, well, Bentley's does have its own charitable fund, and every single sale.
Don't assume I know this.
Okay, well,
yeah,
we have a charitable fund.
Okay,
and every sale from every agent that works at Bentley's, there's a contribution of dollars that go into the pot, and then we use those dollars and we sponsor different programs, events, and all kinds of stuff, or we just do straight donations when there's a family in need in the community that one of our agents bubbles up and says, hey, this is something I want us to take on. So we're constantly looking for other things to help.
So you don't have to do this.
No, we just could keep the money.
But you choose to do this.
Right. No,
this is very friendly and giving of you.
Yeah. So there's that, and then obviously I kind of alluded to it that I've found to have more success for myself by the agents that are coming into our company and seeing somebody go from, working over here for 2 or 3 years, only, making X amount of dollars and selling X amount of real estate, and being able to help them, coach them, and develop them in our system so that they come out of it and they're selling all this other amounts of real estate, and it turns into what I call life-changing income, where they go from here where they could go get a job and work in corporate like they've done before, and they're just avoiding that.
Kind of catching this vibe that you're not so much into the corporate world, the 9-to-5 traditional day-to-day thing.
Well, I did that for years. So
okay, you did. So
I used to work in big banks and manage big call centers and hundreds of people, and so that was fun for the time. But once I started my own business,
was it really fun? Was it fun?
I always made it fun. Okay. So even though
some things need to be made fun.
I was always the guy that would be like, "Oh, you have a shift that's from 4 o'clock to midnight. That's me. I'll take that shift. So none of you people are around, and I can do whatever I want with the people that I'm managing. We're gonna have some fun." So we had kind of all the putt tournaments and big competitions and lots of fun in the office place. So
I like your vibe.
Yeah, so that's. But I did start a business in my past. I used to own an advertising agency for restaurants. Started with one and grew it into 146 restaurants in a 20-mile radius, and then we got acquired by a bigger company, and I went back into banking, and then banking blew up in 2008, and then I had to reinvent myself, so I jumped into real estate because I could kind of start my own business again, in my opinion, and do advertising and what I love to do.
Somewhere in betwixt all of this, right?
Yeah, in betwixt.
Comes to exist Newburyport.com under your control, correct? You own the domain.
Yep, my wife and I own it equally.
Okay.
Yep.
And yes.
Just like everything else.
Yeah. And also this Newburyport VIP program. Is this one of your doings?
Yeah, so I just mentioned I had an advertising agency for restaurants in my past that was acquired. You did. So it was acquired because of a product that we created, and the product that we created was a VIP card. So if the folks listening are familiar with the entertainment book, it was this big brick of coupons, this big coupon book, and we found once we had built up to 146 restaurants, a lot of our key and top paying, restaurants that had hired us to run all their advertising were like, well, what's the new stuff? What are you going to do for us now? Well, you've done all this, but what are you going to do now? Why should we sign with you again?
Yeah.
We're feeling like
is this a plateau situation?
Yeah, we feel like it's kind of stale. Now you're doing this stuff for this guy. You're doing this stuff for my competitor over here. What are you going to do for me? So we had a brainstorm session, which we realized we had no ideas. And we were like,
they got a point, but we have no thing to
We have
offer.
no clue what we're going to do for them. So what we did creatively is we decided they were asking us, well, you're how are you going to make us more money?
Yeah. It's like we were differentiating by being with you initially. Now everyone's using this service. How do we separate from the rest of the competition?
So to try and discover what it is that we could help them make more money, we decided our end game on our brainstorm session was we didn't know what we were going to do. So we hired this accounting firm, and we said, okay, we're going to have every restaurant audited, and they allowed us to have this very high-level accounting firm come in and open their books and take a look, and we did it under the pretense that we were going to basically, make them more money. And it was free of charge, and we were taking on the expense. And this audit would reveal and give them very detailed reports on how they could make more money. So we did this, and we found a trend that 50 of our 146 restaurants, many of the best ones, were accepting this program called the Entertainment Book, which was a discount. So the person would come in with a coupon and get like buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off, whatever it was. And we looked at it and instantly just hated this book. It was just this big brick of coupons. We called it the Almanac of coupons, the Encyclopedia of coupons. And then pull that mic a little bit closer to your beautiful face. Then there you go. We immediately said we can do something better than this.
Yes.
So we said, well, what? And then we started grinding out the brainstorm of what is better than this. Well, why would you want all these coupons in this book, and why do you have to rip it out and take it in and feel like you're a cheapskate? So we decided,
you feel so hip with your card. Yep.
Right. So we decided to create a VIP card, and we were part of the Virginia Hospitality and Travel Association. So we had the pineapple, we had the marble with the golden boss card. It was a beautiful card, and everybody loved it. And so we had all of our contracts re-signed to whereas the restaurants could not issue a coupon of any sort, fashion, in any platform, and they had to only use our VIP card to offer discounts to the public. So we eliminated our competition immediately, and then our competition was a fundraising vehicle. It was this coupon book that schools, nonprofits, charities sold for $35 and only got $7 in return. Yeah. So we took our VIP card, made it $25, and gave 15 of it back to the schools, so double the amount of money at a lower cost. And then we took the $10 and put it into this huge
advertising. Don't go throwing your shade, boy, until you know the whole story.
And then we threw all the money into an advertising campaign to get out there, and we ended up selling 46,000 of them. And when we had 46,000 card holders out there with our cards, the funny thing, it was back in the 90s where there was...
I'm not going to ask them to do the math out there, but you can carry on. Yeah.
All right. No math necessary here on offering something. But we had, back in the 90s, there was payphones, and they had phone cards, and we were like one market where there was competing phone card companies for whatever reason. So a phone card company kind of speed this up. It just called us multiple times. We didn't know why. And then eventually the owner came in and met with us with his 3 lawyers and bought our whole company. So we sold the company, and he took our VIP card and put a phone card on one side and kept our VIP card on the other side and pushed it out, and then had his phone cards in the hand of 46,000 people and beat his competitors. And well, now there's no payphones or phone cards, but
hey,
he did well in the 90s.
So then you transitioned somehow this Newburyport VIP thing into
so
play.
When I acquired Newburyport.com, and
yes,
the reason why I acquired it is because essentially nobody was doing anything with it. It was just sitting there. It had fallen into the world of domain traders, which are these guys that are very brilliant. And the guy I dealt with was a super smart guy, and he's still out there doing it. And they just buy and sell domains and make money. And he has like a blog that people advertise on about him talking about doing this. And then he owns like major websites like dogwalker.com, where dog walkers pay to be on there, and he makes another stream of income. So smart guy, but he was sitting on it. He had purchased it in a pair with Lowell.com.
Lowell,
yeah,
Lowell
so
Mass.
Lil Mass and Newburyport.com. He bought it together for a certain amount of money and then was sitting on it waiting for that phone call from somebody like me that didn't know anybody that was like, hey, why are you doing anything with Newburyport.com? I'm a top agent in Newburyport. I'm selling all kinds of real estate. I'd like to put myself on your website. And then he was like, oh, well, it is for sale. And I went, oh.
You're like, hey,
I'm a salesperson, and I just walked right into the car dealership.
I'm like, hey, I was thinking about starting a website for Newburyport.
Right.
Real estate. Yeah, man.
So what better platform to build out, a site about the community than on Newburyport.com?
Yeah.
Because in real estate, I really quickly discovered is that we're not really helping people discover the houses first. They're discovering the community first.
Right.
So if you don't fall in love with the community, like when Laura and I walked around downtown and we're like, yeah, we could live here. If you don't make that connection, then you're not buying anything. So essentially, I'm promoting the front end of my business and all the other people's businesses that are part of the Newburyport.com platform. But it also answers a ton of questions about the community.
Oh,
and
yes,
allows
it
people
certainly does.
A connection and a touch point of why they even want to start looking at real estate here.
So let me ask you 2 questions on this website topic. First, how many, if you're comfortable, how many visitors a month? Unique visitors?
Well, I look at it in the terms of new visitors per day. That's kind of the numbers that I look at. And we're in the summertime, it's much higher. It's about 2,500, but it's on average about 1,000, 1,500 new people to the site that have never been there before every day. So it's crazy to think of when we acquired the site, we had 30 people that were just discovering the website each day. But now we have 1,000 to 2,500, depending on the spike of summertime. There's a lot more traffic. But the website just keeps getting bigger and bigger because all the content is evergreen. It just kind of hangs out there and fills up all these keyword searches. So we're constantly making sure that we have content that answers all the questions about Newburyport.
Second question then, is it acting as, is it actually driving business to Bentley's?
Yeah, so the entire real estate section obviously is sponsored and kind of owned by Bentley's Real Estate. Yeah. I own both businesses, so when I discovered what I could do with sponsorship for myself, that's when we rolled it out to other people, basically offering that exclusivity. So Bentley's is the exclusive real estate company of Newburyport.com.
Right on. I love it. So you have some measurable quality analytics there that show that brings people to the Bentley's website.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So, and the biggest part of what it does is that the domain trader was a smart guy. He built out a Facebook page, Twitter account prior to selling it.
Had all the
he gathered up 6,000 people.
Yeah.
So there were 6,000 followers of Newburyport.com when the site was in Latin and it didn't really have anything, and there was 0 pictures about Newburyport on it. But we've built that out into 68,000 followers. So we have a huge following.
I've seen some epic numbers on your social media pages. I love it. At this point in your life, what scares you? What are your fears? Anything?
I don't know. I guess getting older. You just, you worry, can you do enough fast enough?
The only thing that's worse than getting older, not getting older at all.
That is true.
Here we go.
And that's why your health is important, and that's what scares me the most.
Yeah, health is your wealth.
Right.
But 150 million is good too.
Yeah, that would make you a little bit more healthy.
When you look at the world, give you the option to have a very healthy lifestyle. When you look at the world today, and you see that there's some troubled situations going on, do you think that there will be a time when everyone is just at peace with each other?
No, that'll never happen. I don't watch the news personally. I don't pay attention to any of it.
Yeah.
I decided to eliminate all kind of negative information and
it's a good luck,
all these
buddy.
little voice channels coming at you. So,
think this, Robert. Think this.
I just unplugged all that
Get
shit.
mad.
I just focus on what I can control, and and that's my life and my family and my business and the people around me and that support me, and I support them.
So in this circle that you have, from your home to your neighborhood to your business and the people you work with, is it peaceful?
Oh yeah, it's very peaceful in a way because I just eliminate if anybody is like a negative character or whatever, I jettison them.
Jettison them.
Bye bye.
This is good.
Be free.
I love some of your choices of words. Let's just talk about Newburyport in general and like working with the town. Does that get involved with a real estate agency? Is it like an easy town to do business in? Or is
it's a pretty easy town. It's a city. It's got all the city facilities, but we're selling real estate. We're just we're kind of completely separate. Sometimes you have to send people to the town to ask questions or find permits or go through, records.
Yeah.
But other than that, really, the city serves its purpose, and we serve ours.
Well, have you had a good time here today?
Absolutely, yeah. It's always a good time with you, Mike. To drink beer and hang out with you in the studio.
Oh, you're a good man. So this is what I want to say to you. So I personally invited you onto the show. This is accurate.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
I've reached out to you. I don't have your cell phone number though. It's just a Facebook connection.
I'm like the easiest guy in town to find.
Looking in my phone,
Mike.
and I'm like, I don't have his number. This is weird. And so, two reasons I asked you to come here today.
Just wanted to get my number?
No. That would be like a 2B, okay?
Okay.
All right. That was good. Very good. First, I love seeing people have an idea, a thought, that many humans would just dismiss as not realistic, and then to take this thought that they have in their head and to actually turn it into a real credible thing that not only supports them and their family financially and provides for them, but then even creates this umbrella where it provides for other people.
Yeah.
When you can take a thought that's just sitting in you, if you didn't do this, it wouldn't exist here. This void would have been existent or filled by somebody else. You took this thought in your head and made it a reality. That in itself, to you, maybe this seems natural and normal, but this process that you went through is inspirational to many people, and it is admirable. So I just want to say first, that's one of the reasons that I asked you to come here, is because as a human, I like your style. You have a thought. You have the confidence to then pursue and make it real. Great job, Robert.
Thank you. Yeah. I love my every day, just getting out there and doing more and more and more to make that even more real.
Second thing, we all choose what we do with our time and with our money and how we behave in this world when we come across other people. And you have clearly stated in two situations how you take money that could otherwise very easily just remain money that is income or profit for the business and actually disperse it back out to people or charities or nonprofits that are in need. You don't have to do that. No. I say this all the time, like, you don't have to do that, but you're doing it. But whatever the reason is, that is admirable. And with the 2B, it's not I'm looking for your number. It's also, you've always been nice to me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Your family's been nice to me. Thank you.
Yeah, we're positive people. And
that's
so
why I've asked you to come here today, Robert. Is that deep? Is that too deep?
No, that's how we both feel.
I'm going to go as far as to say I love you, man. Thanks.
I love
Thanks
you too,
for moving
man.
your physical body to this location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not too far.
Let's do something else here.
All right.
I know I got something fun located somewhere here. This is it. It's a game. It's called Fast, Fun,
All right.
and Not So Smart. It's fast because I'm going to make it seem like something's happening. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's fun because let's have fun. You've clearly stated you like to have fun. I like to have fun. It's not so smart because we're not really going to think about the answers, okay?
All right.
We're just going to say them.
All right.
That's it, okay? Not too much thought. So this is it. It's fast, fun, and not so smart with Robert Bentley. Favorite book all time?
Hobbit.
Hobbit. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to check that. Not familiar. Prime rib or kale salad?
Prime rib.
Oh, he's a prime rib dude. What? Do you love cats? Cats?
I wouldn't say love. I don't detest them.
You can cope with them.
Yeah, they're
deal
fine.
with it. If you had to eliminate one state of the United States of America, what state would it be, Robert Bentley?
Rhode Island. It's too small.
It's easy. Favorite sports team?
Patriots.
No brainer.
Right.
No brainer. I almost called you Robbie, but I'm never going to do that because I saw the actual look that you gave me before. And here we go on to the next question here. When it comes to drinks, is it going to be 2 or 10?
Probably 10.
Yeah, buddy. Favorite all-time band?
Rush.
Rush.
Yeah.
Last question. No clapping. Happy you came here today?
Of course.
That makes me feel good. I'm just feeding my ego with that question.
Okay, good. You feel better?
That's it. So let's talk about how we stay connected with you and the Bentley's real estate operation.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, what are the things? What are the handles? Instagram, what is it?
The biggest one is the Newburyport VIP, so you should check that out. That's Instagram and the Facebook.
At Newburyport VIP.
Yeah, Newburyport VIP. So you can see all we're doing to help promote the community with our shop and support local program with the VIP card.
Yeah.
All of the charities that are involved in that, all the other businesses that are local that are involved in that. We've got 11 live streaming webcams showing what's going on real time in Newburyport right now that you can connect with on the website. And then we have a fully immersed events calendar that my wife Laura aggregates all the other events calendar and make sure it's all up to date.
On top of all events happening in
if
town.
you want to know what's going on in
That's why I always
Newburyport.
see her holding the camera thing there because she's documenting, putting it on the website. I see it. Yep.
Yep, helping promote everything that's going on. So that, but at bentleysrealestate.com, you can connect with all of our social media there.
Right on. The cameras.
Yes.
How does this work? Is it you can just put up cameras and broadcast? I don't know how that works.
So basically,
No
they're live stream. They're not recording. We're following the city policy of non-record. So you can't call me and find out who scraped your car. You can, but I just tell you,
somebody put some cheese on my car.
Well, they were trying to make a grilled cheese.
After
so
I
they
had
didn't have a
Josh
grill.
Walker from 1620 on the show. Cheese and ketchup, Josh.
But yeah, we have it's a lot of boat traffic. So we've got 4 cameras on the river showing boat traffic from the lighthouse and over there on the other side of the river in Salisbury. We've got a camera at Bob Lobster and Plum Island Grill showing the sunset views. Then we got Market Square, In Street, State Street, all downtown, kind of mapped out, so you can just kind of see what's going on live. If you just, can't figure out what you want to do for the day, you see something exciting happening, you can just come down and connect real.
I dig it. And this is you check those cameras at Newburyport.com.
Yep.
I love it. Is there anything else that you feel like I've overlooked grossly and I'm a poor interviewer here that we want to touch on?
I wouldn't say you're a poor interviewer. I just forgot one thing myself.
What?
Is that Newburyport.com, we also created the Newburyport app. So if you download the Newburyport app, you can access the VIP card and all of the things that we just talked about that is accessible on Newburyport.com just right from your phone.
It's just the Newburyport app. It's in your Play Store or wherever you download
the
your
Newburyport
apps.
app and you got access to everything.
All right. But you wouldn't say I was a good interviewer.
What? No, I said...
You said I wasn't poor, but it was like it kind of hung there.
Okay.
Are we together? I love you, man. Honestly, this is Robert Bentley. It sure has been a joy to hang out. I've learned a lot from you. I like you.
Yeah, thank you. I've
you know
learned a lot
this.
from you.
And I like our sponsors. They're the coolest. At Riverwalk Brewing Company in Newburyport, Mass. Enjoy Your Life brand. Everything at Enjoy Your Life brand. And Higher Education Music and Arts Festival. Oh, yeah. This is offering something. Y'all look so good. Click subscribe. Don't listen to me anymore. It's the end of the show. Peace. Please enjoy yourself. Robert, do you want people to have a good day?
Absolutely. You should always have a good day.
That's it, y'all. We'll see you next time.